Now, 1 year ago, an inquiry found Manchester police had unlawfully arrested and strip-searched women and girls, including some who were victims of domestic abuse. The inquiry was led by Dame Vera Baird KC and followed exclusive reports by Jason Farrell, Sky News' home editor. Well, Jason has returned to Manchester and found that while the review has led to major changes in police processes, some victims are unconvinced.
Unlawful arrests, unlawful strip searches. Last year, the Baird Review laid bare bad practice in Greater Manchester Police. A year on, they say they have transformed.
Every single element of the Baird Review has been taken on board. Every single one of those recommendations has been implemented. We believe ourselves to be at the forefront of practice.
Greater Manchester Police has banned welfare strip searches where a person is deemed at risk of harming themselves, and only one woman was intimately searched at all last year. But a year on, women who gave evidence are still feeling the fallout of their experiences with the police. Maria, not her real name, was a victim of domestic violence and went to a police station to get keys off her arrested partner. After a 6-hour wait outside the station and 14 calls for help, she was arrested for swearing and then strip-searched.
I did feel like I was being used as a piece of meat, and it's a lot different for women. It's less dignified, especially if they're asking you to open up your legs.
At this police station, she was charged with malicious communications for the language she had used on the phone.
I listened to the 14 calls that she had to make, in which she repeatedly explains that she's a domestic violence victim.
Dame Vera's report describes Maria's arrest as pointless, unlawful, not in the public interest, and questions whether the officer had taken a dislike to Maria. Even the chief constable called her treatment an undefensible exercise of police power. Yet, in March this year, Maria ended up here at Manchester Magistrates to face the charges. Recordings of Maria's calls were played out in court, and she does swear at the police, but she also sobs. She talks about throwing herself in a river. She even takes responsibility for her partner strangling her. She is not in a good place. But Maria was convicted and fined. Police say the evidence has been tested in court, and they're conducting a separate complaints investigation. But she's not the only woman who gave evidence to the inquiry who feels let down.
Everyone involved in it is still in the same position. There's been no accountability from the police.
Right,
Danica was also found to have been unlawfully arrested and strip-searched at the same police station. But despite the review's condemnation of her treatment, she's finding the official complaint system is taking years.
We're still fighting the complaint system. We're still trying to prove something which has already been proved by an independent inquiry. Mariah's been convicted of an offence even though an independent investigation has proved that she didn't do what they're saying she did.
In contrast, no officer has been disciplined as a result of the Baird Review.
There are ongoing investigations into individual failings, but for the most part, the Baird Review talked to systemic failings. In some cases, those people who may have misconducted themselves at the level of professional standards have retired. There are no criminal proceedings in respect of any individual.
The Mayor's office says the lessons of the Baird Inquiry should reach all police forces.
I would strongly recommend that other forces, if they don't already follow GMP's practice in not conducting so-called welfare strip searches, similarly cease to carry out those searches. It's very difficult to see how a traumatising search can be good for anybody's welfare. We've managed to do that now for well over a year.
GMP say they have improved their complaint system and are committed to being held accountable. But Danica is still waiting. Jason Farrell, Sky News.